Hello student, today the topic I am going to discuss is application layer protocols. First of all, what is the application layer and what is the function of application layer in the TCP/IP and OSI model? The application layer defines the user interface layer that is responsible for displaying received information to the user. Or we can say that application layer is an abstraction layer that specifies the shared communications protocols and interface method used by host in a communication network. The application layer include the following functions. First, identify communication partners like client and servers. Second, determine resource availability according to the user need. Third, synchronizing communication between the host. Now, what are the types of protocol that is covered in application layer? These are the different types of protocol in which I give the detail. First is DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, that is used to assign IP address. DNS, Domain Name System, that translate website name to IP address. Then HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, used to transfer web page. NBNS, NetBIOS Name Service, that translate local host name to IP address. SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, sends email messages. SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol, manage network devices. SNTP, Simple Network Time Protocol, provide time of day. Telnet, it is bidirectional text communication via a terminal application. Now I am going to discuss few protocols of application layer. First is domain name system. It is a service that translates domain name to a IP address. This allows the user of network to utilize user-friendly name when looking for other host instead of remember IP address. DNS is divided into three sections: generic domain, country domain, and inverse domain. Now, first of all, I am going to discuss generic domain. It defines the registered host according to their generic behavior. It uses three character label and these labels describe the organization type. Second is country domain. This is used to define the country domain as same as generic domain, but it uses two character country abbreviation in place of three character organization abbreviations. Third is inverse domain. The inverse domain is used for mapping an IP address to a name. As I already discussed, DNS sections are divided into three parts: inverse domain, generic domain, and country domain. DNS hierarchy is classified into following elements: root level, top level, second level domain, subdomain, and host. Now first of all, what is DNS root zone? It is the highest level in the DNS hierarchy. These are the authoritative name server which serve the DNS root zone. These servers contain the global list of top level domain. The root zone contain the following: organizational hierarchies such as .com, .net, .org, geographic hierarchies such as .uk, .fr, etc. Top level domain. The next level in the DNS hierarchy is top level domain. These are classified as subcategories. They are organizational hierarchy and geographic hierarchy. There are some examples of organizational hierarchy that I include as .com used for commercial organization, .edu used for educational organization, .gov for government institute, .org for organizations, and .int for international organizations. Now, what is geographic hierarchy? In geographic hierarchy, each country is assigned with two-letter code. These codes are used to identify countries. Third is second level domain. This is the domain that is directly below the top level domain. It can vary according to the buyer. Once the domain is available, anyone can purchase it. Now last, subdomain. Subdomain can be defined as the domain that is a part of main domain. The only domain that is not also a subdomain is the root domain. Now this is the diagram in which I am showing the DNS hierarchy. First is root, second is top level domain, then next is second level domain, then next is subdomain, and final is result, or we can say this is URL. Now DNS with example in which we consider the web page address, that is maps.google.com. Maps lies at the low level, then domain is the Google, then top level domain is .com, and then root at the top. Now next protocol I am going to discuss is Hypertext Transfer Protocol, that is HTTP. It is a protocol used to access the data on the World Wide Web. The HTTP protocol can be used to transfer the data in the form of plain text, hypertext, audio and video. HTTP is used to carry the data in the form of MIME-like format. HTTP messages are divided into two parts, request message or response message. The request message is sent by the client that consists of a request line, header and body. Response message. The response message is sent by the server to the client that consists of status line, header and body. Now the next protocol I am going to discuss is FTP, that stands for File Transfer Protocol. FTP is a standard internet protocol provided by TCP/IP used for transmitting the file from one host to another. It is mainly used for transmitting the web page file from a server for other computers on the internet. It is also used for downloading the file to the computer from other servers. Objective of FTP is to provide the sharing of files over the network. Now we can consider as FTP has two connections, control connection and data connection. Through control connection, we can transfer a line of command or line of response at a time. The control connection is made between the control processes. The control connection remain connected during the entire interactive FTP session, while in data connection is made between data transfer processes. The data connection open when a command comes for transferring the file and close when the file is transferred. Now the last protocol I am going to discuss is SMTP. It stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. SMTP is a set of communication guidelines that allow software to transmit an electronic mail over the internet. It provides a mail exchange between users on the same or different computer, and it also supports like it can send a single message to one or more recipients. Sending message can include text, voice, video or graphic. It can also send the message on network outside the internet. Thank you for today's lecture.